Today, on the program, Panic at the Disco made up their sad announcement that would lead to a disbandment. Why is that? Who are those creatures to be allowed in a train station LRT2? Let's find out how. Speaking of Hollywood, this has been a main issue to our lovely animation lovers. Why animation is not that frequent in Philippine movie industry. And our surprise topic for tonight, which is a good news, the biggest Kasikatan project ever. The newly mindset rule, is it possible to suspend for a short time? It all happens here, on Chloe Speaks. Regarding the last part of our previous session, we just wanted to know that the Department of Transportation in the Philippines will no longer have free rides, but instead they will just give discount for the EDSA bus carousel. That is the developing story regarding the said situation. Speaking of transportation, our furry lovers, whether if it's a cat or a dog, anything regarding the man's best friends. Pets are now allowed in the LRT too. But, there are some few conditions before you do this. 1. Your pet must be fully vaccinated to avoid getting the risk of rabies. 2. Your pet should stay in a cage when riding on a train. It is not the same as this illustration where pets can sit in a private vehicle, just to feel the spring air. Take note that it is always better to stay safe than to say sorry. And 3. Your pet should wear diaper to keep that away from any nasty smell. Another tip for you guys is to make sure to keep that noise away by barking, since dogs are the most noisiest pets in your neighborhood. At least, it's your pet's lucky day to ride on a train. Panic at the Disco is set to disbanded very soon. Here's why. It was announced by Brendan Urie, which he is only a soloist of the band, that Panic at the Disco will be no more. This also follows the conclusion of Viva Las Vengeance tour, and their last show will be on March 10th. It's been years that the band splits up, but then ended up getting a soloist, which Panic at the Disco already survived, even it's just a one-man's job. Another reason as well that Brendan Urie will focus himself, being a father of the family. One of the notable songs that we should all know is The House of Memories, Victorious, Into the Unknown from Frozen 2, and their rendition of Bohemian Rhapsody. Animation is medium, but not that close when it comes to Philippine movies, though it's shown occasionally when it comes to film festival. We have Deo, and RPG Metanoia. The question is, why animation is not that frequent when it comes to Philippine movies? So this is why local animation is pretty much rare here in Philippine movie industry. Unlike the merger of the Warner Brothers Discovery, which that leads to a huge impact for animation lovers, which most of the news are about cancellation of animated series, including more of tax write-offs, weird ha. The truth is, without this kind of a medium, animation is likely going to die. Things eventually change from time to time, and that needs more developers for this kind of a genre. Television, and movies, will not be completed without animation. Which this is totally, the bottom line. We got animation course for those college students who love to draw and animate with, but in reality, it doesn't showed up on a public media, whether linear TV, streaming, or even cable. This is why we need this, since PMG is considered the second home of entertainment. Yet the majority of this, is animation. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for. The biggest Kasikatan project ever. The documentation just started as of yesterday, which our PMG master Miggy7215 participated the PTAA Travel Tours Expo just for another P-pop group G22. And here's our update as we talk once again to our master. Hey there, Migs.
Hey there, Chloe, and hey guys, this is your PMG master Miggy7215 at your service.
So is there a reason why you wanted to start this big project that you're planning?
We've been planning for so many times. This kind of a grand project have made into a development last year, 2022. So we've made some announcements, which it already happened yesterday, which is February 3rd, and it is expected to end on April 2nd. So those were the taping documentations. So it's not just once or every other week. We can go more than once. For example, we will be going once, twice, or even 3 times in a particular week. But it depends on the decision that I have. And yeah, we've been balancing animation and lots of projects to work on. And as a result, the newly fresh mindset will be suspended just for that particular activity. So after the first week of April, or probably after my birthday, it will revert back to where it is. since there's no more free ride, which they recently discontinued the free ride because of the funds.
Suspension, I see.
So yeah, anything can happen when we'll just put that in one place. For example, someone greeted me a happy birthday. For example, some biggest stars may greet me, and some of the friends, a lot of people who've actually greeted me, including some of the sneak peeks that you wouldn't expect. We're just finding lots of Easter eggs that we would never encounter. So let us think of something new. And yeah, there will be some few game shows that I may provide, probably just one or two, I think. But that really depends on how old I am.
So this means you'll be putting them all together in one piece, is that what you're saying?
Exactly, Chloe. We'll be putting them all together.
Roger that, so tell us more regarding the project that you're planning.
Okay, so regarding the Biggest Kasikatan Project Ever, our documentations can be once up to thrice in a particular week for as long as it has to be a live event. For example, if someone is going to meet me, it has to be in a live event, so we have to follow on what has been based for the newly mindset. And the suspension of the newly mindset is actually there, but there's no exemption for meetups actually, which it has to stay every other month. Family and health are still the priorities, so there may be an exemption. This will be our time again to work for the Biggest Kasikatan Ever program as we plan for the major collaboration for the PMG where it consists in any kind of a genre. Animation, event highlights, vlogging, some Easter eggs that you might not expect from the events, and hybrid. It's like just what I'm doing right now, animation and live action environment. Only the master will take charge in a particular activity. Events are yet to be changed without notice. Well, that means the decision will be based from our PMG master, which is Miggy 7215.
Unless you have the master's power, thank you so much, Migs. On February 27th, there will be a special edition of Chloe Speaks, as we celebrate the National Retro Day. But we will give out some exclusive topics that you don't want to miss. Hopefully it's going to be a longer one. See you on the next session.